Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today we are looking at this, my new amplifier, that is the result of a little challenge I put out on YouTube a few weeks ago to buy a Gigable fully tube amp for less than £200. So a couple of weeks ago I set this challenge, asked you guys whether I should spend 100, 150 or 200 on a Gigable tube amp. My basic rules were it had to be 20 watt to 30 watts, combo amp, all valve with a 12-inch speaker so it shifted a bit of air. And I was really lucky because I went onto eBay and very quickly this appeared and I managed to snag it for £175. What is it? Because I doubt you've seen one before because they're not very common. It is the Evil Robot by Tone America, designed by John Kasha of Kasha Amps, based on Phil X's custom amp that's based on a Troubadour amp that he used when he was doing demos for Tone America about 10 years ago. Got that? So basically it's, I think the Troubadour's like an accordion amplifier or something, so it's got some really weird stuff going on with it. But basically he was using this amp on Tone America, people really loved it. So they started building this very expensive, a couple of grand's worth of handmade amplifier, brown version of this essentially. People liked that, so they decided to make a slightly cheaper version, taking it out to China, getting it built, re-importing it, and this is the result. It is a 18 or 30 watt, all valve, Fender-esque sounding tube amp with a 12-inch custom speaker built based on specifications of Phil X's original amplifier, which had a speaker that was on the edge of dying at all times. It has built-in tube vibrato, it has an effects loop, it has two channels kind of, which I'll explain in a second, a high input, a low input, a three-way tone selector switch, and a really nasty looking plastic foot pedal thing, which I can't stand, but that's by the by. So what I thought I'd do is take you through the sound so you can hear what it sounds like, and then tell you a little bit about the challenges that come along with buying an amp second-hand. Something to note, this hasn't got the stock tubes in it. When it ships, it comes with 4 power tubes that are 6v6s, which this still has, and then it comes with something like 2 12AX7s for channel 1 and 2, and then some other stuff, which a 12AX7 is a pretty high gain tube. It's fairly standard as well. I didn't like that, and it didn't ship to me with those. It replaced a lot of the AX7s with 12AU7s, which are much lower gain. So the cleanest channel is this low gain 12AU7. The higher gain channel is, I think it's a 5761, something like that, which is it's between the 12AU7 and the 12AX7, so it's a mid gain. And the way this amp works is the loudness B, which is kind of the low gain channel, when you kick into loudness A, combines the two first tubes in the circuit, so the AU7 and this 5761 or whatever it is. That's kind of by the by, but it just explains that this amp doesn't sound like other amps you may hear doing demos of the Evil Robot. Remembering as well that it's a 10-year-old amp, so it's probably had other things happen to it. Anyway, that's all by the by. Let's just hear the thing, and you can decide whether or not I made a good choice. So, switch it on. I am recording. This is my other bargain sort of eBay buy Gigable guitar. This is my Dean Mini V. And this is some low gainy goodness, I hope. Just very slightly on the edge of breakup, no reverb, but again, it's got an effects loop that's easy to sort. Let me just push the preamp up a little bit. You hear it's a sort of a Fendery type tone. Just max out the gain on that channel. Again, it's not meant to be a high gain one, this. That responds really well to the volume control on the guitar. Play around with the tone control. Lowest tone, highest tone, middle tone. On channel B, it's not, it just takes the edge off slightly. Now, if we go into channel A, now let me just drop down to nice clean. I'm going to go into channel A. We're on the middle tone setting at the moment of the three-way switch. Start turning the gain up. Like I said, it's on a mid-gain setting, it's not a high gain thing. Max that out. Play the tone control again, it's not like a massive sweep. Now if I play around with the three-way tone switch, you can hear a big difference. I'm going to put it onto mellow. Back to normal. And then bright, which kicks in a bit more volume as well. Gives a bit more gain. So if I go to the clean channel, basically I've got everything at full possible gain on the gain channel. I mean, the dynamics are fantastic on this thing. So I'm going to just roll the gain down a bit, and we're going to try and play around with the vibrato. So you have a intensity and a speed. So I'm going to put both up at kind of 12. Let's just go to low gain. That's the slowest setting. Maximum intensity as well. I mean, it's a lovely little amp. That's the 18-watt mode. I can switch it over to 30 without changing any settings. That's the 12 o'clock on 30 watt. I'm not blown away by the speaker because the speaker is designed to sound like a speaker that's about to die, which I don't want, so it might get changed for something else. The tone control and the way you do the tone with a little flicky switch and things, I'd be tempted to put an EQ pedal in the effects loop. The only downside of that is if you engage the effects loop, the vibrato switches off. I quite like the vibrato, but needs must sometimes. What's really cool about this is how flexible it is, because you can actually replace all of the tubes with different tubes without having to rebias. So on the power amp section, like I said, I've got 4 6v6s, which allows you to do the 18 and the 30 watt switchovers. You can replace them with 2 EL34s to give it a more British sound, or 2 6L6s to give it a much more Fendery sound. So again, that's really cool. And I might try the EL34s for a bit of fun. 2 things that were problematic when I got it. There's always a risk buying things on eBay. So I managed to snag this for 175, but I've probably spent another 30 or 40 pounds on it to get it running properly. First thing was, when it turned up, it didn't work because there's like a fuse holder inside that had been smashed. I think it happened in transit. It's a £2 part, didn't take very long to sort, but I had to wait to get that from Amazon. The other thing was, there's a fan in the back, like one of the ones you get on desktop computers, which helps keep it cool. And whoever had it before me had replaced the original one, which apparently is very loud, with a silent one. But what they'd done is they put a 12-volt one in instead of a 5-volt one, so the thing was barely turning. So I had to buy a new one of those and replace it. Very easy to do, but that cost about £20. I didn't need to replace the preamp tubes, I chose to. So like I said, all in all, it probably cost around $240 to get it to where I want it to be. That may go up if I ever decide to replace the speaker, but it's not essential to do that. I don't dislike it the way it is. It also has an extension cab out, so I could just buy a secondary cab that goes underneath it. Maybe, we'll see. All in all though, it is a great little amp. It hit my brief of 30 watt, 12-inch speaker, Gigable tube amp that I could kick around. It's in really great condition. I was very lucky with it. For a 10-year-old amp, this is in fabulous condition, really. So yeah, that's my new amp. I hope you like it. You'll hear a lot more of it in reviews over the next few months, assuming it's recorded nicely. If it didn't record nicely, you might not. But let me know what you think. What would you have gone for? Would you have bought something cheaper? I've got my Katana still, but that's a solid state, and I really wanted that tube feel, because as great as the Katana is, it's not quite the same. In a band setting, it probably is identical. In my bedroom when I'm playing it, I prefer the sound of the tube amp. Okay, sue me. But yeah, there it is, the Evil Robot, designed by John Kasha for PhilX by Tone America. Let me know what you think. Have you got one? Do you love yours? Have you done any cool mods to it? Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.